On September 4, 2025, the Hyundai LG battery plant construction site in Ellabelle, Georgia, buzzed with activity, until federal agents stormed in at dawn. The clang of steel was replaced by shouts and confusion as hundreds of Homeland Security agents, clad in tactical gear, swept across the site. Work stopped instantly. Workers were ordered to drop their tools and raise their hands. This was the largest immigration enforcement action in U.S. history, targeting not a hidden operation, but a flagship project, celebrated by politicians and investors. The raid sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, signaling a new, aggressive chapter in immigration enforcement. The site, once a symbol of progress, fell silent as agents led workers away in handcuffs. Images of the raid quickly spread, transforming the plant from a beacon of economic hope into a flashpoint of political conflict. The consequences of that morning would ripple far beyond Georgia, forcing America and its allies to question the future of global investment on U.S. soil. The dream of the Georgia battery plant died that day, replaced by uncertainty and controversy. In the aftermath, the scale of the raid became clear. 475 workers arrested, including 317 South Korean specialists and 158 others from around the world. These weren't just laborers, they were the technical backbone sent to install and calibrate the plant's advanced machinery. Their expertise was essential. Their arrest decapitated the project's leadership. The official reason: immigration violations. The Trump administration claimed many had overstayed visas or worked under improper waivers. The message was uncompromising: the law would be enforced, no matter the economic stakes. But soon, reports surfaced that some detained workers actually had legal status, swept up in the dragnet alongside those with visa issues. This revelation fueled controversy, suggesting the operation was less about precise enforcement and more about making a political statement. The line between law enforcement and political theater blurred, leaving the project and its people in limbo. The raid's true motives and legality were now under intense scrutiny. The Hyundai LG battery plant was Georgia's crown jewel, a $4.3 billion joint venture, centerpiece of a $12.6 billion investment in the state. It promised thousands of high-paying jobs and a new industrial hub for electric vehicles, the largest economic development project in Georgia's history. The plant was critical to America's goal of building a domestic EV supply chain, reducing reliance on imports, and boosting national security. Politically, it was a bipartisan triumph, proof that foreign investment could drive American innovation and job creation. The site symbolized U.S. leadership in clean energy, powered by international partnership. That's why the raid was so shocking. It struck at the heart of America's economic ambitions. The sudden halt in construction and arrest of key personnel threatened to unravel years of progress. What was meant to be a story of collaboration became a cautionary tale about political risk. The future of the project and America's reputation was now in jeopardy. The Trump administration defended the raid as a straightforward enforcement of immigration law. They were here illegally. It's very simple. Officials insisted the workers had violated visa terms, and the government was just doing its job. But legal experts quickly pushed back, arguing the U.S. immigration system lacks clear pathways for specialized short-term projects like this. Critics said the raid punished workers and companies for systemic policy failures, not criminal intent. Evidence emerged that some legally authorized workers were detained, undermining the administration's narrative. Immigration attorney Charles Kuck called the detentions outrageous and illegal, foreshadowing legal challenges. No charges were filed against Hyundai or LG, raising questions about the true target of the operation. Many saw the raid as political theater, a show of toughness at the expense of economic interests. The indiscriminate nature of the arrests damaged trust in the system and fueled further controversy. The fallout was just beginning. News of the raid sparked outrage in South Korea. Protests erupted outside the U.S. Embassy in Seoul, with citizens and officials condemning the treatment of their engineers. President Lee Jong-woo warned the incident could chill future investments, questioning America's reliability as a partner. The raid was seen as a national insult, straining a key alliance and threatening billions in economic ties. Other affected countries, including China and Japan, also lodged formal protests. The incident alienated multiple partners, painting the U.S. as unpredictable and hostile to foreign business. Instead of strengthening alliances, the raid sowed distrust among global players. The Trump administration now faced a full-blown diplomatic crisis, with economic and security implications. America's reputation as a safe destination for investment was under threat. The world was watching and reconsidering its willingness to invest in the U.S. The immediate result: construction at the $4.3 billion plant stopped cold. With the technical team detained, work couldn't continue. LG ordered its foreign staff nationwide to halt operations or leave. The American EV industry suffered a major setback. The plant was vital to building a domestic battery supply chain and reducing reliance on imports. Delays meant continued dependence on foreign batteries, undermining U.S. energy independence. Hyundai's entire $12.6 billion Georgia investment was suddenly at risk, along with thousands of promised jobs. The state faced the nightmare of its largest project collapsing, with ripple effects threatening local businesses and communities. The raid sent a chilling message to global investors. Even flagship projects could be derailed overnight by politics. America's Made in America push now looked fraught with risk. The empty site became a symbol of self-inflicted economic damage. The cost of the raid was measured not just in dollars, but in lost trust. Amid the crisis, President Trump doubled down, urging companies to hire Americans and defending the raid as law enforcement. But as pressure mounted, he offered a deal: detained specialists could stay and work, if they agreed to train Americans longer than planned. The offer was meant to restart the project and address the skills gap, but it was seen as an insult by the South Korean workers. They had come as respected experts, only to be detained, and then offered a deal that felt like a ransom. Nearly all rejected the offer. Of 317 South Koreans, 316 flew home, leaving the project without its technical core. Their departure was a powerful rebuke, highlighting the damage to trust and partnership. The administration's gambit failed, deepening the diplomatic rift. Meanwhile, the 158 other foreign detainees, mostly from Latin America, received no such offer, their futures left uncertain. The disparity in treatment further complicated the narrative and fueled criticism. The project's collapse was now complete. The Georgia raid left deep scars on America's reputation as a reliable partner and investment destination. Once seen as the gold standard for stability, the U.S. now appeared unpredictable and risky. Boardrooms worldwide took note: even critical, celebrated projects could be upended by politics. The empty lot in Ellabelle became a symbol of lost opportunity and shaken trust. The incident became a cautionary tale for foreign companies considering U.S. projects. In Washington, talk began of new visa categories for skilled workers on vital projects, an attempt to prevent future disasters. The raid's unintended consequences highlighted the delicate balance between law enforcement and economic growth. Rebuilding trust will take years. The scars from that September morning serve as a warning. America's challenge now is to prove it can be both a nation of laws and a trustworthy partner in a global economy.